Dear church family, I'm excited about the opportunity to be able to connect with you in this way today and to share some good news in these hard times. And the news is that over the last several weeks, we have been preparing and developing plans for the regathering of our church together. And so I want to share with you a three-phase plan, and I'll just share it in brief in this video. But there is connected to the video and on our webpage a detailed plan for regathering. That plan includes three phases, and we have already begun phase one as an opportunity for us to see each other again. Now, this has been hard for all of us. It truly has, because as a church, we still are the church, even though we've not been able to be together. We are family. And just like our biological families, we've not been able to be together. I mean, it was months that I didn't get to visit with my own parents. I didn't get to play with my own grandchildren. But those precautions have begun to relax. And so it's been exciting to be able to play with the grandkids again. Now, as a church, we want to do the same. We want to be together. But at the same time, we want to be careful, respectful, and concerned for one another. And so we're going to work together through these phases. Now, as I mentioned, phase one has already begun, and that focuses on small groups. That is our church gathering in small groups to do Bible study together, to pray together, and to worship together. Some of our groups have already begun this. Some are meeting in backyards, and others are meeting here at the church. So I'd encourage you to check with your small group leader and see about their plans to meet. Now, we know not everybody is comfortable in meeting yet, and that is fine. We will still have the virtual services and Bible studies and devotionals as a way for you to connect. But for those who are desiring it and wanting to, we're going to begin meeting in small groups. Now, another way that you can be a part of a small group is just hosting one in your home. Those streaming services are available, and I'm encouraging you to let your home be a center of worship, inviting family and friends to come worship with you, and then maybe share a meal following. But if you do that, please take time as that service concludes to pray together and encourage one another in small groups. So phase one is all about small groups. Now, if you're not a part of a small group, please let us know. We'll get you connected as soon as possible. Now, phase two is a little more complicated, and it's taken us a while to really work at developing plans, getting materials together. If you've ever tried to get hand sanitizer and disinfectants during this time, you know how hard that is, but our team has worked hard, we're equipped, and we're taking steps to get ready. And we set a date for June 28th to begin regathering here at the church building for worship. Now, it's going to be different than what you remember and what we've done in the past, because we're still going to work at spreading out. And part of our plan is, part of our preparation has been talking to the mayor and working on our teams. They're going to help us to sanitize the building in between services and to set the building up that we would be spread out. So the plan includes a 3 and 3 component. That means there'll be 3 times of worship and 3 venues for worship. One of the blessings we have as a church, of course, is a large church family, multi-generational church family, but also a large building. And so this will enable us to spread out well in these different venues. So in the sanctuary will be set up with pews taped off so that people are separated a significant distance. But we'll also have the gym set up with tables, round tables, asking households to sit at a one round table so that we know everybody's spread out. And then we have the new fellowship hall. And in that fellowship hall, we'll have round tables as well. So we can spread out. And then we have the 3 services. And we're going to use our traditional times, but this is what's going to be different. And that is the Sunday evening service will be the same as the Sunday morning service. Again, the purpose or the intent here is to help spread us out so that we can worship together, but in smaller numbers. And so, we're asking you to choose. We've been planning. We're asking you to begin planning. Plan what service you want to be a part of. And then as you come, take precautions. We'll have hand sanitizer around the building. We're going to ask you to wear a face mask when you're in the enclosed areas, such as the hallways, to wear the face mask. We won't require it in the sanctuary when you're singing. That would sound weird, but we're going to ask you in those enclosed spaces to do that. And then in the details, I'm going to ask you to look carefully over the sheet, because they'll speak of the details of what we're going to ask you to prepare for and how things will be different so that you won't be surprised when you come. But we're looking forward to being able to gather together. Now, phase 3, we can't set a date for yet, but that's when we'll begin to have nursery and childcare, children's worship, and the other ministries that we so much enjoy. But we want to begin to worship together, and we want to see you. I look forward to being able to preach to a congregation in the room. And I know you desire to see your brothers and sisters in Christ. So in the meantime, pray for one another. Look for opportunities to minister. As I'm sharing with you right now, I'm just so blessed to be part of a ministering church. Right now, our church family is distributing about 140 boxes of food to needy families. Let us continue to do that work, to pray, to care, and to love one another in the name of Christ, that we would lift him up as his church. May God richly bless you.